Hi there! I hope you're ready and excited to learn another lesson from the Bible. My name is Ashlyn, and today we are going to be learning about love. More importantly, who Jesus wants us to love. Stop for a moment and think about people in your life that you love. For me, it's my mom and dad, my brother, my grandparents, my friends, even my dog. I'm sure you can think of people in your life that you love. But in our Bible passage today, Jesus isn't talking about loving these people. He's talking about loving our enemies. It's really easy for us to show love to people that are easy to love, like our friends and family. But what about showing love to our enemies? Where do we even start? Well, thankfully, Jesus talks all about how we are to love our enemies in Luke chapter 6, verse 27 to 36. Grab your Bible and let's turn there together. Our story can be found in the New Testament. That's towards the back of your Bible. We are going to open to the book of Luke. You can find the book names on the top of your page in your Bible. Next, we're going to look for chapter 6. The chapter number is the big number on the pages in your Bible. Now that you have found your passage for our lesson, let's see what Jesus has to say about loving our enemies. I asked my good friend Carson to help us out. Over to you, Carson.
Thanks, Ashlyn. Carson here now to give an epic retelling of Jesus' teaching in Luke 6, 25 to 36. And of course, the only way to do that is with my Lego set! So, let's do this. Now Jesus came down from the mountain and stood on a level place with his disciples when crowds from Judea and Jerusalem and from the surrounding region gathered to hear him. Jesus looked out into the crowd and said, "To you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek,
look out, I'm gonna slap you.
No! Ah!
turn to them the other also.
Here, slap the other side.
Okay.
If someone takes your coat,
Give me your coat.
do not withhold your shirt from them.
Why don't you take my sweater too?
Okay.
Give to everyone who asks you.
You can have whatever you want.
And if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back.
You can keep it.
Do to others as you would have them do to you.
Oh. Okay.
If you love those who love you,
I'll love you if you love me.
what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you?
If you'll be nice, then I'll be nice.
Even sinners do that.
Oh.
And if you lend to those whom you expect repayment,
Give me back what I'm due.
what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, expecting to be repaid in full. But love your enemies.
I love you, enemy.
Do good to them,
Do you want to come over to my house?
and lend to them without expecting to get anything back.
You can keep my coat too.
Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for following along. Back to you, Ashlyn. Carson, signing off.
Hey, thanks, Carson. Now, I have to admit that this lesson is not an easy one. It's not easy to love our enemies, to do good for those who hate us, to bless someone when they curse you, and to pray for someone who mistreats you. All of that is really, really tough. But we don't have to do it alone. When we are struggling to love our enemies, we can ask God to help us. You can pray that God would give you an increase of love for your enemies, to see them as He does. When we see others the way that God does, it becomes easier to love them. Maybe there's a kid at school who's mean to you, or a kid who says rude things to you on the playground. Whoever it may be, remember that Jesus says, for loving our enemies, our reward will be great, and we will be children of the Most High. But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you.